welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on our test account. We're checking out our brand new Witcher Dimensionals, and this time we're looking at Yennefer. So we're going to go through, guys, we're going to run through the bountiful trials of Yennefer with guild trials, really test her out. Now overall, guys, out of both of them, it seems like this is the hero that everyone is super stoked about. Again, got a lot of comments about the videos, about their skills and abilities. It seems like with her being a mage that she is going to be absolutely phenomenal. So I'm going to go just like we did before, guys. If we do 460, that is about 100 level deficiency, which is kind of low. So we'll do 110, 20, 30, 40. Let's start at about 150. And again, I like going through this trial, seeing exactly where she's at. So here they have her front line, and I want to see here she's back line. I like running essentially with what they give us. And you can see, guys, these are very similar setups to what we had with Geralt. I'm going to go with Geralt, but ultimately, guys, being up front, I don't know if this is a wise decision, but let's see what she does. So we know that the barrier is up, meaning that staying on the allied side actually does incredibly well. Of course, she is competing against Taylene, the awakened version of Taylene, which does make a pretty big difference in there. 151, 42. See, that is very, very similar to what we've seen. Again, that is versus the awakened version. Now, this one might be a little bit more on par because she is just competing essentially with Leonardo in this formation. There's the protective barrier. So it seems like staying within this protective barrier is going to make a difference when it comes to these heroes, guys. And boom, there's the AoE. I want to see the 5 pull. I know Javid was talking about it a little bit earlier. But even there, working with Albedo down here, then of course Leonardo, 113, 62. So she is doing a pretty decent amount of damage. But remember, guys, a lot of what she does is crowd control. So she actually has quite a bit of mitigation rate here, quite a bit of crowd control overall within the formations. Boom, there is that big teleport. And of course, the frost that goes on right there. 7391. Now look at the damage in comparison, guys. Now Geralt was putting up very, very minimal in compared to Raku. She is doing some pretty decent damage within the formation. Again, kind of based on her abilities. This one, of course, her and Odin. You know what? I'm going to drop her back here. Her and Odin are going to be fighting for damage on this one. And again, both of them are right behind this protective barrier. And she didn't even get to ult, guys. Let me see, because I'm thinking here, it's probably going to make a big difference, guys, depending on what artifacts we stack in here. Again, I know there is an incredible amount of variables when it comes to this, with the haste, with the cast speed, things of that nature. I'm just trying to run it without getting too crazy with the builds, because again, we can put in a lot of different heroes, guys. And right there is her ult. I like the ult. I like her in here with Joan. Seems like a pretty solid build overall, guys. 89 million, 73 million. So does pretty well within that formation. Again, some of the ones, let's go with a higher level deficiency. You know what? Let's step this up. 1, 2, 3. We'll go 200. I'm not sure exactly if she's going to be able to handle this kind of level deficiency, which again, let's go ahead. And it looks like they just put literally calls on everybody in this one. Now, Windbinder, I think I like the haste aspect. I know this is going to give her a very, very quick ult on here, but I'm not sure if we're going to have Rowan able to actually support this. Again, there's the very early ult, which I like the crowd control aspect. We have Z's in here, of course, with some mitigation. Look at how fast she ults, guys. That is pretty cool to see. And of course, with Taylene, guys, that's a good combination. Of course, we have Aziz in here for the ground burn, but unfortunately, they do go down. 114, 124. That's what I was thinking, guys, with the early ult is allowing her to really get out there, maximize some of the damage within there, because her ultimate ability is pretty strong, guys. This one right here, a frontline tactic. She dives into the most crowded area, slamming the ground, dealing 300% attack damage to enemies within a radius, and imprisoning the hit enemies for 3 seconds before teleporting back. Now, this is going to make her, of course, invulnerable, but this one right here, guys, is going to be super important, putting the enemies together. So if you can stack the enemies, and again, I know Javid would just kill me if I didn't go ahead and do the 5-pull. This is what a lot of players were saying, guys, is because of the magical barrier that she has, is putting her in here with, I believe he said queen. So actually putting this combination in here. Then running, of course, Iran in here. And then we can also put Skarath in here. So essentially it is going to be the 5-pull. I'm trying to think of the very last hero that we were gonna put in here. I think Geralt, but I don't think he's in here for this specific trial. So we could go with a couple different variations. I'm gonna go with Zolrath just because I like Zolrath. I like the way that he pulls within this formation, guys. So we're gonna stack everyone together and see what happens. Oh, we got to drop him out of. Yeah, I don't like it. Just doesn't move the hero. Let's see, guys. So there's the 5-pull. So everyone's in. And it looks like everyone literally just went down with that 5-pull. Again, 200 level deficiency is going to make a big difference in here. Coming out, boom, they're pulled together. Yeah, and they're just getting crushed even with inside that inside. Let's do there. We'll do 160. Let's see where 160 lands us. And again, might not be the best formation, but I know they were talking about Leica possibly in here as well. And again, it's going to be the same thing where most of the time, guys, within this formation, Iran dies incredibly fast, which is why a lot of times with the 5-pull, we see them just kind of fold, just like you've seen right there. They do fold incredibly quick within the formation, which I'm hoping, again, with this level deficiency, it's not going to be the case. Which, again, I don't think Zolrath is really the ideal, but even being shielded there, guys. Yennefer's still up. You're going to be able to ult? Nope. But literally, we're just getting melted within that formation. And this one, again, Leonardo, it seems like Albedo is going to be a pretty decent. Let's drop out Zolrath. You know what? Let's put Albedo in here. Again, just kind of playing around with it to see. This is going to provide some protection. And I was hoping she would go with the immunity. Might have to do Brutus in here. But boom, there's her AoE. Queen pulling them all together. Again, allowing Yennefer to get some of the crowd control off, which is what we wanted. I think maybe a Brutus in here. 76 million. Skarath putting out some pretty good damage in there. But again, just a target like the original Brutus, that if he takes a lot of damage, he's not going to die. So he will actually sit there. Boom. He will take that immunity. But they still took out Yennefer. So again, it might not be the best formation. Again, a lot of it does come down also to essentially the team you're fighting as well. Even if we swap to team 2, look at doing the exact same thing. And of course, we have Nara over here. So to kind of offset Nara, we do have to pull Leica in here to be able to pull this off, which Leica might have been the other choice. Where is Leica? I think she's probably another formation. Yep, this last one again. This, of course, is going to be the fast pull. Boom, everybody in, guys. And look at that. It burned right through it. 52 million damage. So overall doing pretty quick. We were just kind of talking earlier about the 5-pull. That's why I wanted to see it in here. So with that very, very quick pull, guys. Boom, everyone in. Even look at the knockback right there. Queen, of course, just pulls everyone together. Very cool to see, guys. Very, very cool to see that this could be a feasible formation. Again, you could probably swap Yennefer out for a couple different heroes in here and still do incredibly well. Even here, guys, with double crowd control, we do have Raku. What if we dropped Raku out and let's add, thinking about some other, like an Albedo, again, with the buff. That's what I want to see. Even boom, there's a lot of damage right there. Albedo, of course, protecting. But look at keeping everyone together, guys. And it almost seems like putting them together, even similar to a crowd control team, instead of doing the pull, even if we did an evade team, just because of the AoE damage that she's doing within here, could be a very, very cool. It almost looks like that almost looked like a fuzzball that was literally just sitting but locking down the targets, guys. Again, it looks like a dark little fuzzball. So not too bad, guys. It was kind of a slow crowd control, 257 million damage there. Of course, a star with the rain, 137. So not doing too bad, guys. It seems like in a couple formations, she is really going to shine, would be my thought, guys. It seems like she is going to. Even Prince of Persia in a formation like this, guys, keeping it together. So that's what I'm really thinking, is trying to keep a lot of these targets together like that. An AoE stun. There we go. Yennefer can ult. And again, the crowd control aspect that she's bringing in here just seems like it would work incredibly well. Boom, of course, she's immune during that ult phase. And I dislike fighting Ullard. You put Ullard with Rosaline, guys, that's a pretty tough combination to handle anywhere, even to get through the shield. Even with her damage, is near impossible. It's kind of crazy. But Arthur is holding the line. Just have to get Rosaline down. Wow. It's funny, just kind of really buff the damage meter with the immunity in the block. This is why people hate Ullard, by the way. Even with him being crowd controlled, we can't even get through the target. We literally can't even get through the target with the amount of damage that we're putting up. So again, guys, it seems like she's going to be pretty solid when it comes to crowd control. Overall, it doesn't seem like the damage with her is very broken. I know right here, guys, is the crowd control right here is really the only big damage one, because this one essentially giving this magical barrier is a big defense reduction. For every 6 seconds the barrier lasts, it deals 300 attack damage to all enemies within it, meaning that they have to be on the allied side. So we do have to utilize the 5 pull to really trigger this effect. Then, of course, the Sorcerer's Wrath. This is another crowd control. We have a stun with Frost Magic. We also do have a stun with Thunder. So it seems like the control aspect, buffer, I can see a little bit, but it seems like overall with the control aspect that she is going to do very, very well in a lot of different aspects of AFK Arena. And when we start getting into level deficiencies, I'm even thinking like when you're running a similar formation to this, but even running a hero like Khazard, if we haven't used Khazard, I think it was in another formation, but essentially running something where you're going to extend the duration of a couple different heroes. It's going to make a really big difference, where if you have crowd control here, you have crowd control here, extending the duration of the crowd control that we're going to have seems like it's going to be a pretty strong combination, because she has so many forms of crowd control to essentially just lock everybody down, like we see higher level deficiencies. Geralt, I don't think he's going to work when it comes to these higher level deficiencies, but Yennefer, it seems like with the crowd control, again, looking here that she's going to be able to burn down a considerable amount of targets while doing a pretty decent damage. Again, looking here at Ullard, it's crazy to see that we finally, there we go, we broke through that shield. But again, looking at Leonardo's damage, she's more of a crowd controller for sure, guys. Absolutely for sure with the crowd control aspect. But very cool. You know, she is a buffer. She does really fit a role. I can see her fitting. If I had to pick between both of them, guys, I would absolutely pick Yennefer. She would be my first choice if I had to choose one of them, just because of that crowd control aspect. Guys, that'll do it for the trials. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.